It was a cold December evening, and snowflakes danced outside the small window of a dimly lit apartment. Inside, a young mother named Claire sat at the kitchen table, staring at the few crumpled bills in her trembling hands. Her daughter, Lily, only 6 years old, sat cross-legged on the floor, humming as she carefully drew pink dresses and smiling dolls on a piece of paper. Tomorrow was Lily's birthday. For weeks, she had been talking about the Barbie doll she saw in the toy store window, the one with the sparkling gown and long golden hair. It cost $49.99. To most people, that wasn't much. But to Claire, who worked 2 part-time jobs just to keep food on the table, it might as well have been $500. That night, as she tucked Lily into bed, Claire brushed the little girl's hair gently. "Mommy," Lily whispered sleepily, "do you think Barbie gets lonely in the store at night?" Claire's chest tightened. "Maybe," she said softly, forcing a smile, "but she's waiting for the right little girl to take her home." Lily smiled, her eyes sparkling with innocent hope. "Maybe she's waiting for me." When her daughter finally drifted to sleep, Claire sat alone in the dark, tears silently streaming down her cheeks. She whispered to herself, "I'm sorry, baby. I can't afford a Barbie for your birthday." The next morning, the city was alive with holiday cheer. Glowing lights, cheerful songs, and people rushing to finish their shopping. Claire buttoned her worn coat and wrapped her scarf around Lily before heading out. They had to stop by the mall, where Claire worked at the coffee kiosk on the ground floor. Lily came along, carrying her small notebook full of drawings. "I'll sit quietly while you work, Mommy," she promised. "Thank you, sweetheart," Claire said, kissing her forehead. As the morning rush began, Claire served lattes and cappuccinos with her usual warm smile. She knew most of the regulars by heart, but today someone new stopped by. A tall man in a navy suit, holding a sleek leather briefcase. His name tag from a nearby conference read, "Ethan Carter, CEO, Silverstone Industries." He smiled politely as he ordered his coffee. "1 black coffee, no sugar, no cream. And one of those chocolate muffins, please." Claire handed him his order, her hands slightly shaking from exhaustion. "That'll be $5.75, sir." He glanced at her tired eyes and smiled kindly. "Busy morning?" She chuckled softly. "Every morning's busy when you're a mom." Just then, Lily looked up from her notebook, her big blue eyes meeting Ethan's. "Hi," she said shyly. "Hi there," he replied warmly. "That's a beautiful drawing. Who's that?" "It's Barbie," Lily said proudly. "I am drawing her a new dress because she is going to my birthday party tomorrow." Ethan grinned. "That's wonderful. Is she excited?" Lily's expression dimmed slightly. "She's still at the store, but Mommy says maybe next year she'll come home." Claire froze, embarrassment flooding her face. "Lily," she whispered, "don't bother the nice man." But Ethan's expression softened. He crouched down to Lily's height. "You know," he said gently, "Barbie must be very lucky to have someone waiting for her like you." Lily smiled, showing her tiny front gap. "You think so?" "I'm sure of it," he said. When he stood up, Claire apologized quietly. "I'm sorry about that. She just loves to talk." "No need to apologize," Ethan replied, still smiling. "She's got a wonderful imagination." He left a generous tip, far more than the cost of his order, and disappeared into the crowd. Claire shook her head in disbelief, whispering to herself, "Some people still have kind hearts." That night, after her shift, Claire and Lily headed home. They walked past the toy store, where the Barbie doll still sat in the window, glowing under the bright display lights. Lily stopped and pressed her hands against the glass. "She's still waiting, Mommy," she whispered softly. Claire's throat tightened, but she smiled bravely. "Then let's wave goodnight to her." They walked home hand in hand through the falling snow. The next morning, Lily's birthday, Claire woke to a knock at the door. Confused, she pulled on her robe and opened it to find a delivery man standing there, holding a large pink box tied with a satin ribbon. "For Miss Lily," he said with a grin, handing it over. Claire blinked, stunned. "There must be a mistake. I didn't order anything." But the man shook his head. "No mistake, ma'am. Paid in full. From a Mr. Ethan Carter." Inside the box was the very Barbie doll from the store window. the exact one Lily had dreamed about. But there was more. Underneath the doll was a small envelope addressed to Claire. She opened it with trembling hands. It read, "Dear Claire, I was raised by a single mother who used to tell me that kindness is the richest currency in the world. You reminded me of her yesterday. The strength in your voice, the love in your eyes. No child should feel they're missing out because of circumstances beyond their control. Please accept this small gift, for Lily, and for you. Enclosed is a card that will cover her school supplies, clothes, and groceries for the next few months. Consider it a thank you for reminding me of what truly matters this season. Ethan Carter." Tears streamed down Claire's face as she read the letter. She opened the second envelope and found a prepaid card inside. Her knees went weak. She pressed her hand over her mouth, whispering, "Oh my God." When Lily woke up and saw the doll, her eyes lit up like Christmas lights. "Mommy, she came home!" Claire hugged her tightly, whispering through tears, "Yes, baby, she did." That morning, as Lily played with her new Barbie, Claire looked out the window toward the rising sun. She realized something beautiful. Sometimes miracles don't come wrapped in gold or grandeur. Sometimes they come in the form of simple kindness, from a stranger who remembers what it feels like to be loved. This story is a powerful reminder that a small act of generosity can change someone's entire world. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that celebrates the good in people. We'll see you in the next video.